Israel has made a groundbreaking move by becoming the first country to officially recognize Somaliland's independence. This decision has far-reaching consequences for both Somaliland and the broader international community. It's a landmark moment that shifts the dynamics of global diplomacy. Somaliland declared its independence from Somalia in 1991 after the Somali government collapsed. Since then, Somaliland has operated as a self-governing state with its own institutions, military, and economy. However, despite its stability and self-sufficiency, Somaliland has faced significant challenges in gaining recognition from the international community. Most countries, especially Somalia, continue to insist that Somaliland is part of Somalia, and as a result, Somaliland has not been able to secure global recognition as a sovereign state. Israel's recognition is particularly significant because it marks the first time that any country has officially acknowledged Somaliland's right to self-determination. This move is historic, especially considering the broader geopolitical landscape. Somaliland has long sought recognition from the international community, but it has often been met with resistance, both from Somalia and some other African countries, most notably the African Union, which supports Somalia's territorial claims. But why did Israel recognize Somaliland now? There are several factors at play. Firstly, Israel is looking to strengthen its ties with countries in Africa, particularly in the Horn of Africa. The Horn is strategically important because it is located near key global shipping routes, and Israel has been working to establish itself as a key partner in regional security and trade. By recognizing Somaliland, Israel not only strengthens its diplomatic footprint in the region but also secures a strategic ally. Secondly, there are economic interests. Somaliland's location near the Bab el-Mandeb Strait, a crucial choke point between the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden, makes it a valuable partner in terms of trade, maritime security, and potential future investments. This geographical advantage is something that Israel sees as vital for its own economic and security interests, and it likely played a role in the decision to recognize Somaliland. Israel's recognition of Somaliland is not just about the Horn of Africa, however. This move also signals a shift in how countries approach recognition of new states. For many years, the international community has been hesitant to recognize self-declared independent regions, often prioritizing territorial integrity over the right to self-determination. Israel's recognition, therefore, challenges the conventional approach to statehood, potentially setting a precedent for other countries to follow suit. However, this recognition has sparked reactions from different parts of the world. Somalia, of course, vehemently opposes the move, considering it a violation of its sovereignty. The African Union has also expressed disapproval, reaffirming its stance on the unity of Somalia. For many nations in Africa, the issue of territorial integrity is paramount, and they are unlikely to support any recognition of Somaliland. Despite the opposition, Israel's recognition of Somaliland is a significant diplomatic victory for Somaliland. It places the issue of Somaliland's independence back into the global spotlight, and it might pave the way for further recognition in the future. If more countries begin to follow Israel's lead, it could ultimately change the international dynamics surrounding the recognition of new nations and self-declared states. At the same time, this recognition could lead to increased tensions in the region. Somalia is unlikely to accept this development without consequences, and the African Union's stance will likely lead to diplomatic challenges for both Israel and Somaliland. It remains to be seen whether this recognition will lead to a domino effect, with more countries acknowledging Somaliland's independence, or whether it will remain a one-off decision made by Israel alone. In the end, Israel's recognition of Somaliland's independence is a landmark event in the ongoing struggle for recognition by self-declared states. It has placed Somaliland on the global map and increased its chances of gaining further international recognition. The full impact of this recognition, however, is yet to be seen. The coming years will reveal how this decision shapes the future of Somaliland, Israel, and the wider geopolitical landscape.